sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair. A strange substance. I have my suspicions based on the color and consistency, but would you care to hazard a guess, Doctor? Roy Soulsby. Could that be the name of our man?
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
Then we're in agreement. Well done. Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimahir's cart, I gather. The strand proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident. Doctor, do you recall?
The Port of London, of course. The footwear, the spyglass.
Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.
Where to, Gav?
The Port of London, please. I will show you where to stop.
Mr. Holmes, what a compelling mystery we have stumbled upon. Perhaps I have the premise of my next novel.
One kidnapping does not a story make.
Stop! A black cat crossed before us. It's a bad omen.
I do not take you for the superstitious type, Doctor. Such things are mere fantasies, tricks of a feeble mind. One imagines a physician would keep a surer footing in reality.
Perhaps. Before the war, my time abroad was difficult. Once, I came across an Afghan, bleeding, who I could not save. He pressed a rosary into my hand. A gift, he said, so as to gain God's favor. After that...
Dr. Watson?
Yes, well, I shan't get into details, but sometime later I found myself lost in the desert. Dehydration set in, and things grew ever more dire. The man's words came to me. I said a prayer and placed the rosary on a rock. A gift to gain God's favor.
And you were rescued?
Yes. A detachment of British soldiers found me.
To whom I'm grateful. Without their diligence, you would not be standing here and I would not have this case.
I'm sure you have another explanation prepared, Mr. Holmes, but I think I shall cling to the occasional superstition all the same.
To each his own, Dr. Watson. So long as it does not interfere with my methods, do it. We must press on, cat or no cat. The question remains, why abduct Kimahir? Is this familiar to you?
I think I can help you.
Do you know anything about this?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Can I ask you a question?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Is this familiar to you?
Of course I know. It's quite a long story short.
Could you help me?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Is this familiar to you?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
Not in the mood, mate. Shoo!
Pardon me, sir. I am looking for Roy...
Not again. Yes, I'm Roy, but I can't help you find your uncle or whoever you've lost.
Now, what makes you think I would inquire about missing people?
You are the fourth person to ask this week. Just because I work at the port doesn't mean I keep track of everyone who comes here.
May I ask what you're doing here?
This is where the ship sank the other day. I'm trying to work out how we'll remove it.
You say we are not the first to ask you about a disappearance. Do you recall anything about those who came inquiring?
I only remember the foreign woman. I didn't catch her name, but those are her posters hanging up everywhere. She has badgered me twice now, but I still don't know nothing.
And this woman can be found?
No clue. She was talking gibberish.
Now, where was I? shall take my leave.
What are you gawping at?
Have you seen this before?
My card? Where did you dig that up?
At a crime scene near Baker Street involving a young servant's kidnapping, I might add.
No. Someone used it without my consent. How else would it end up there? That boat explosion stopped most traffic coming into the port. Guess I'll be without work for a while. Wonder why people are going missing. Puts a man on edge, you know. I could do with a pint of the cursed mermaid. The thought of walking in this fog.
Moskva. Sounds like this ship was from the east.
My money is on a loose cigarette or a discarded match. One careless throw, and boom. It appears that the saltpeter explosion rattled the locals. Can't blame them for staying at home.
I need a little Dutch courage to walk in this fog. But I'd have to walk through the fog to get to the pub. That's just cruel, that is.
Hello, lad. Is this where I may find Dea?
You read the poster? Yes? You know where my brother Girves is?
Sadly, no. Well, not yet. I want to speak to Dea. Is she around?
Amma, my mother. She got sick after the fire. Big red smoke. She couldn't breathe, so I took her to the doctor. Now I am in charge.
Where did you last see Girves?
He worked at a, warehouse. This man, Roy Solby, gave him the job. He paid him a necklace.
Do you still have the necklace that Soulsby gave to Gervais?
Gervais left it near the, shrine. I tried to sell it to buy medicine, but no one wanted to buy.
How would you describe this Soulsby?
He was big and strong. He had a big scary eye.
Scary, you say?
Yes, like it was made of metal.
Don't go anywhere. This cheap pendant looks like silver, but it's only made of tin. No surprise the boy couldn't sell it.
I miss Gervais. Do you think he's okay?
It's a large harbor. If our kidnapper is hiding here, finding him won't be easy.
What are you gawping at? Sorry, doesn't ring a bell.
I have been told that you hired Dea's son, Gervais, right before he vanished. His brother also said you had a metal eye. What do you make of this?
Tell that him to stop making things up. I need a little Dutch courage to walk in this fog. But I'd have to walk through the fog to get to the pub.
I should have helped Amma put out the posters. If she had...
Oh, hardly a reputable establishment.
I've seen worse. Greetings, miss. I'm hoping you can help us.
We shall soon see.
My colleague and I are seeking a burly man, above average height, with workman's boots.
Half my customers, then. Your description hardly narrows things down.
I heard tell of a recent explosion in the port. What do you know of it?
Ah, yes. Something exploded in a ship's cargo hold. Caused a terrible blaze. The sky was red with smoke till morning.
Where precisely did it occur?
The ship sank near the third pier, next to the dockyard.
Have you ever heard of a man with a metallic eye?
I've seen him even. Dirty Summers is the name. A nasty lout, with a silver ball in place of a missing eye.
I shudder to ask, but where does one find a Dirty Summers?
He likely signed on with a ship. I am not one to spy on others, let alone him.
I see.
My advice, keep away from him.
Your clothes are already tight, and soon they won't fit at all. How far along are you?
I thought I had hidden it better. How did you know? Are you a doctor?
In a manner of speaking.
He's not. He merely has the ego of one. I apologize, miss. Mr. Holmes is fond of his observations, but I am the doctor here, not him. Do you need any help?
I'm fine, thank you. I would rather not discuss my condition, nor let word of it spread. Doesn't look like anything to me. Doesn't look like anything to me. Never heard of it. Have you been drinking?
What do you know about this poster?
A foreign woman asked to put it up. She's plastered them all over the port.
Any clues as to her whereabouts?
None. It was hard to understand what she was saying.
Are you familiar with a Roy Soulsby?
Roy Soulsby? I know the name, but he's not one of my regulars. My guess is that he works somewhere around here.
Is this familiar to you?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Help me, please.
It's a shame I can't answer your question.
How can I help? I could try and flag someone down.
I need a little Dutch courage to walk in this fog. But I'd have to walk through the fog to get to the pub. That's just cruel, that is.
Could you help me?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Do you know anything about this?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
May I ask you something?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Can I ask you a question?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Are you able to help me?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
May I ask you something?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
May I ask you something?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
May I ask you something?
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
What can I get you?
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
Are you able to help me?
I can't tell you because I don't know.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm sorry, but I don't know anything.
May I ask you something?
Nope, sorry, I know nothing.
Is this familiar to you?
Nope, sorry, I know nothing.
May I ask for your assistance?
I'm sorry, but I don't know anything.
May I ask you something?
I'm sorry, but I don't know anything.
Help me, please.
I'm sorry, but I don't know anything.
Are you able to help me?
I'm sorry, but I don't know anything.
Help me, please.
Look, sorry, I know nothing.
Do you know anything about this?
Look, sorry, I know nothing.
Is this familiar to you?
Look, sorry, I know nothing.
Help me, please.
I can't tell you because I don't know.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
Need a little Dutch courage to walk in this fog. But I'd have to walk through the fog to get to the pub. That's just cruel, that is. I need a little Dutch courage to walk in this fog. But I'd have to walk through the fog to get to the pub. That's just cruel, that is. I need a little Dutch courage to walk in this fog. But I'd have to walk through the fog to get to the pub. That's just cruel, that is.